I want to ask you a question that may have a simple answer, which is, you know, we're entering an era now where inflation is higher, interest rates are going to be higher again. Is this an era where public debt is just going to be higher? You know, the historic levels of public debt were lower. We saw them go up, trend up, come back down a little bit just in the last couple of years. I mean, is it just something that the global economy is going to get used to, having higher levels of debt, having higher interest rates, and having, you know, higher inflation? Is that just what we should be preparing for, given all of the costs that are out there, given the mammoth trillions of dollars that are required to address the common challenges, climate change, fragility, future pandemics, war? You know, spending needs are high for countries both in advanced economies but also in emerging markets. So is there a shift that has to happen? I'm looking at you, Pierre.
Well, I can certainly take a crack at it, but it's an important question. It's a difficult question. I think there are two parts to it. One part to it is we have to ask ourselves where we think, sort of where the equilibrium interest rate is going to be relative to the growth rate. I think that conditions, or we know that conditions a lot of what is sustainable in terms of debt level at the end of the day. And there are concerns on the growth side, I've already mentioned. There are maybe, the news are not as concerning when we look at the interest rate side. And what I mean by this, that's another chapter of the World Economic Outlook where we ask ourselves, where do we see the neutral real rate going? It's been trending down for decades now. And, you know, now interest rates are high, but in part this is because it's all, central banks are also dealing with this inflation problem. Where would we go after that? And just to make it short, the chapter dives deep into the potential drivers. Two of the main ones are the demographics. They are leading to more saving, in a sense, that's one way to think about it, with longer lifespans and slowdown in population growth.